Yo, bros. Okay, so this will be a long video, because this is an interesting topic. That I have a few clips that I think are kind of interconnecting, to show that the hypocrisy and delusions of women. So hopefully you guys like it. Let's get started.
You are absolutely correct, and I'm going to keep screaming this until the day I die for the women in the back that need to hear this. If you are a woman and you love the man more than he loves you, it is never going to work long term, and you will constantly be fighting for attention in that relationship. You hear it constantly from our elders. The man has to love you more for it to work. The man has to love you more for it to work. And I did not understand this until I was in my relationship with my fiance. And when I tell you, when the man loves you more, he will never do anything to jeopardize that relationship. And you can see it. The men who love the women more in relationships, it is evidently clear when you see how they operate. The way that they talk about their woman, the way that they act when they're around her, it is evidently clear when the man loves her more. When you are a woman who loves the man more than he loves you, you will constantly be chasing that man the entire relationship, and you will never fully get what you want out of that relationship because you're not fully their person. They're just wasting your time, honestly. Point blank, the man has to be borderline obsessed with you, but it's in a healthy way. It's not an obsessive way. It's not in a manipulation way. It's this man just loves you so much that he would not even think to do anything to jeopardize you. And I'm telling you, when you see these relationships, you will see the difference between the men who love the crap out of their women versus the men who are just like, yeah, we're together. It's clear. Go out in public and you can see the difference in these two kinds of relationships. And tell me that you can spot the difference between the men who love the woman and the men who are just having their little plaything because they don't want to be uncomfortable and go after the thing that they want. You are absolutely correct.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up.
You know, this is the thing where one obsession is usually really never a healthy thing. And this is the insanity. Instead of one promoting that, you know what, how about you both love each other equally or close to equal, instead of, you know what, how about no, let's promote a one-sided relationship. Let's promote one-way love. And this is a thing where you wonder why women say, "Oh, I'm settling for him." Because this right here, that, you know what? He loves her more than she loves him. So this is why more and more women have the ideology that, you know what? I feel like I'm settling for him. And this is why women feel like, you know what? There are greener pastures. The grass is always greener. Because in women's mind, he loves me more than I love him. I don't love him as much. So what does that mean? Is that, you know what? The feeling, the spark isn't there. This is the insanity right here, where reality has shown you what this type of love brings. A divorce rate that is as high as 70%, followed by women. A divorce rate of 50%, I'm saying. But followed by women, about 70% women. Okay? And here's the thing where you can look up what these women put on while they're divorcing these men. Because a lot of these women say, "Oh, he's great. I have nothing wrong with him. He's a good guy. He's a nice guy. He's a great father, great husband. But you know what? I fell out of love with him. I fell out of love with him." And guess what type of women that will fall out of love with you? Women that don't love you as much as you love them. Literally, statistics will show you this ideology. Great. Old heads telling you that, you know what, the man should love you more. Guess what? Guess what the old heads are suffering from? High divorce rates, failures of marriages, single motherhood. Do you listen to the old heads about, you know what, you should be submissive to your man? Do you listen to them about that? Do you listen to the old heads that, you know what, you should, cook and clean for him? It's like, why do you pick and choose what to listen to the old heads about? Okay? Why do you pick and choose? It don't make sense. You pick and choose. Oh, you know what? I don't want to be just cooking and cleaning for him. I don't want to be the stay-at-home mom for him. I don't want to be submissive to him. I don't want to follow his lead. I don't want to, have him as the head of the household. I want a partnership, all this shit. But okay, with old head tells you something different. You don't listen to that. And here's the thing, okay? Fine. This is. But imagine this. Do you think a woman that doesn't love her man as much as he loves her, she would follow his lead? No, not at all.
And I'm going to keep screaming this until the day I die for the women in the back that need to hear this. If you are a woman and you love the man more than he loves you, it is never going to work long term, and you will constantly be fighting for attention in that relationship. You hear it constantly from our elders.
Yes, why not say that, you know what? You should both love each other equally. You should both be obsessed with each other. So where it's not a one-way dynamic. It's like, why is it consistently always about selfishness with women? It amazes me. It's always about women. Me. It's like, do you not think about the relationship as a whole? What about him?
The man has to love you more for it to work. The man has to love you more for it to work. And I did not understand this until I was in my relationship with my fiance. And when I tell you, when the man loves you more,
You know, this is a thing where great that you have a fiance, a man that would stick with you through your ideology. Awesome. But your way of thinking is poisonous. Unless you think that you want to share your man with multiple women that would share your views does not equal the masses. This is a thing where, to be honest, it's like women share their views that don't equate logical advice for the masses. They don't. Just shut up. Right? Live your life. Right? You have success stories per se. Then great. Doesn't mean that your success story can emulate for other people.
he will never do anything to jeopardize that relationship. And you can see it. The men who love the women more in relationships, it is evidently clear when you see how they operate. The way that they talk about their woman, the way that they act when they're around her, it is evidently clear when the man loves her more. When you were...
Okay, he won't jeopardize the relationship. What about her? What's stopping her from jeopardizing the relationship? What's stopping her? Children? Women would divorce men for even if they have children. What's stopping her? What is stopping a woman from jeopardizing the relationship? Because proof is in the pudding. Women are the ones who predominantly divorce. Women are the ones who predominantly leave the men. So really, what is stopping a woman from jeopardizing the relationship? You're right. You could see, you can obviously see a man that loves the woman more. You can obviously see a woman that doesn't love a man as much as he loves her. You can. Great. Great for the women. But this is a thing where it just promotes that men are doormats. Men have no self-love. Men have no self-respect.
Woman who loves the man more than he loves you, you will constantly be chasing that man the entire relationship, and you will never fully get what you want out of that relationship because you're not fully their person. They're just wasting your time, honestly. Point blank, the man has to be borderline obsessed with you, but it's in a healthy way. It's not an obsessive way. It's not in a manipulation way. It's this man just loves you so much that he would not even think to do anything to jeopardize you.
This is a thing where I've been there. My ex, I was foolishly obsessed with her. Foolishly. And we were in a 2-year sexless relationship? It was about 2 years already. I mean, we were in a relationship for a while, but it was 2 years, about 2 years, no sex, no kissing, really no kissing, barely any hugs, arguments consistently. But I would constantly pay her bills, buy things that she wants, do whatever she wants, follow her lead. foolishly blind, like I was a doormat. Yes, I was a doormat. I had no self-love. I had no self-respect. I was fine with being a doormat. And, you know, she still would leave me. She still say she doesn't need me. She still left me. S- Okay, great. That feels amazing. When you don't care about yourself, why would you think that the other person would care about you?
You. And I'm telling you, when you see these relationships, you will see the difference between the men who love the crap out of their women versus the men who are just like, yeah, we're together. It's clear. Go out in public and you can see the difference in these two kinds of relationships. And tell me that you can spot the difference between the men who love the woman and the men who are just having their little plaything because they don't want to be uncomfortable and go after the thing that they want. We're absolutely.
But I love my man.
My husband worked a 48-hour shift, met us at church, then came home and built all the furniture I had delivered, and was happy to do it. If he wanted to, he would. Don't settle. Yeah, I can see how much he loves you, but I definitely can't see how much you love him. I I definitely can't see how much you love him. This is a thing where I get it. I've been there. I said I've been there. I've done that. I'm honestly a believer that you know what, you give 100% of yourself. If you are in a relationship, you should give 100%. Holding back is idiotic, in my personal opinion, because then you are not doing your best in a relationship. Problem is, and it's like I've been there, when you give 100%, yet your partner gives you like 50, like 60, if that, 40, 30 even. That shit lead it just leads to an unhappy life. You wonder why men would, and I don't necessarily condone it, but cheat, go outside of the relationship. He still gives 100% of the relationship, but you know what? What is he getting out of the relationship? He's not getting nothing. He's giving. So you know what? In the men's eyes, like this is I don't want to ruin my marriage in a per se, but I want to try to find that I'm getting something. Look at this. It's like, great. He works a 48-hour shift, you know, and came home to build the furniture that you bought, right? Probably with his money. You saw his effort. Where's her effort and say, you know, babe, you don't need to do it. Hell, at least you don't need to do it right now. Go rest, go sleep, go, you know, let me cook you food, eat, and don't go rest. We could do this some other time when you have free time. At least that shows you that, you know what? Yes, I get it. Men build, but that's fine. But here's the thing. How about at least, you know, you show him that you care about him. You care about him. Where, you know what? Is he not tired? Right? Like you can look at the man. Drained. He looks like he's tired out. It's like you could see it. You know? But this is the thing. This is the thing, right? You read this thing, right? You can see how it is. Watch this one. I did this video a little while back with this clip.
I made a video recently saying how my fiance who just moved in asked me to wrap his mother's birthday present and I said no. The reason I said no is because I don't want to become the default parent, the default person in this household. I don't want to be the person who knows how to wrap the gifts better and who has to order the presents because I know what everybody wants. It's not my job to take care of and manage everything. And as a contributing member of this household and as somebody who has their own relationships outside of this one, it's your job to take care of that. But there was so much controversy in the comments. There was a lot of men saying, oh, but you should just take care of him and you could just do this and you can just do that. Yes, I can. The reason I can do that is because I know how to take care of myself, and so does he. But my biggest takeaway from this video is there were so many women who were saying, I would have just done it for him. I didn't realize that this was weaponized incompetence. And that's it. They didn't realize they're being taken advantage of. Women have been doing these same things over and over again for men for so long. And so it starts with, oh, can you wrap my mother's present for me? And then, oh, you're so much better at it. Why don't you just pick out the gift? And then it's in my head of, okay, now I have to make a list of all the other things I have to do. Think of what his mother's going to want. Then I have to remember to wrap it and send to her. Why is all of that on my plate? I have my own mother to worry about. The point is that women are tired. We are tired of being the default for everything, and it's time for men to step up. I made a video.
This is what you get for being with women that loves you less than her, than you love her. I guarantee you this woman is with a man that most likely loves her more than she loves him. Weaponizing competence for wrapping a present. Imagine the video I just shown you that he said, no, I'm not going to weaponize incompetence. You do it. Imagine that. Imagine how the internet would even view that. How women at large mass would view that. Imagine that. Right? The absolute insanity in that.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up.
The hypocrisy in that. If a man in reverse, right, said, how about you throw away the trash? How about you do it? Because I don't want to weaponize incompetence. Right? How about let's do a relationship like that where you do all your things and I do all my things. We don't need to help out each other. How about that? Right? Imagine that kind of relationship. Right? Let's like she said, okay? Anything with you, you do it. Anything with me, I'll do it. Then you know what? You might as well not be together. When anything you can do for a partner, it's weaponizing competence. But imagine if men actually listen to women, right? Men are listening to women and following how women go about it. The advice women give to other women, how about men listen to that? How about men? This is the insanity, okay? The advice that women give to other women, they would never give that advice to men. They would never give that advice to men. Why? Because honestly, that advice would be absolute shit. It would be absolute, because it will just make shit worse for women. It will make it worse for women. It will make relationship worse for women, because here's the thing. Her advice, right? Don't wrap your man's present because it's weaponizing competence. Like that last video, how about no, I ain't gonna build the furniture you bought because I don't want to weaponize incompetence. Because this woman told me that I shouldn't do it. Right? That's the insanity of it. It's like, and this is the thing where I've said this before. If you can't reverse women's logic, then it definitely doesn't make sense. If you put this on the other foot, right? Men, right? How about men following this advice? See how if women listen to it or not? It cannot work. Women will be outraged to advice like this. I said this, I've talked about this video a while ago on my other channel. So, what do you guys think about this video? It's an insane video. I could go on and on about it, but I also wanted to show this. I wanted to show this. Ladies, choose your man wisely. My husband is spending his only day off after working a 24-hour shift, building me my infrared sauna he got me for Christmas without a single complaint. I see he loves you more than you love him. Because he would do this on his day off after working a 24-hour shift. Great. You wouldn't go out of your way to tell him, don't do it. Don't do it. Do it when a day that you didn't have to work a 24-hour shift. Right? Do it. But no, this is like, yes, he's not complaining, but you know what? How would you think about him? This is a thing where it's great. Women are flexing that, you know what? A man is thinking about you. But are you thinking about him? This is the example. Maybe controversial opinion, but I believe this is how most marriages are. I believe this is how most marriages are. And yet, women still leave men like this. Because I said it. Divorce, a lot of women. I think an overwhelmingly amount of women are leaving men that they have no complaints about. That they have no complaints about. Just that they have grown out of love for them. That they, you know what, they want to see what is out there. And that is what you're getting from shit like this. From women that, you know what, don't actually value you that much. They value you, how much you can provide for them, how useful you are for them. But when they see that, you know what, he's great, he's useful, but you know what, I don't love him as much, or I don't love him at all anymore, on to the next man. I'm going to look for the grass is greener. Hey, that's the thing where I believe it's happening a lot. Shit like this is absolutely sad for me. Where men would give the world to the women they love. Women wouldn't even give an ounce of respect to the men they love. Because is this respect that your man absolutely tired, you're fine, you are fine with him working on his day off? Again, I showed you just 2 videos, okay, of men loving the women more. And I show you a video of what happens when the women don't love a man equally. Okay? What her thought process is. She won't do shit for him because she doesn't weaponize incompetence. Yet it's fine that men will bend over backwards for women. Yeah. Exhibit A of, yes, men loving women more. I think it's honestly disgusting. I really do. And here's the thing where maybe this is probably side note, where it's maybe a bit controversial too. I believe since men are more the romantic type, personal opinion, average men, most men, I think, and then we also put divorce rates on, divorce rates, the women, the ones who file for divorce more often. I think it's more logical for women to love the man more. Because, again, my personal opinion, men are tired of the date. Men are not really into the dating scene. The dating scene is draining. Men would rather be with one woman, one good woman, one woman that will love them insane, love them, respect them, treat them with amazingness, whatever. So I personally believe for average people, for average men, for average relationship, it is better for the woman to love you more. Personally. Now, again, while there's a caveat, because again, it's different between, let's say, the top men. The top tier men, yeah, of course. Men with a lot of options, men that actually love the dating scene. Like, this is the thing where you gotta understand the rapid. Men that love the dating scene, right? Men that love being single, yeah, of course. You loving him more won't get you anywhere because he actually don't care. He actually don't care if he's with you or not. He loved being single because honestly, he didn't have a problem when he was single. Because I have a friend who's in a relationship right now. So many times he said, I wish I was single because I had so much more fun when I was single. I had, I had more opportunities. It wasn't, I had constant fun. Things were easy. So Men like that, yeah, it is better that if for women, he loves you more. But men like that is an average man, in my personal opinion. He's part of a rare breed of men. Okay, so that's why I have that kind of viewpoint where what best for average men, average relationships, is for her to love you more because I think women are more likely to act be discontent in relationships. Women are more likely, and this is studies, get bored easier, quicker in relationships than men are. So I think honestly, I'm more promoter of you both love each other equally, but I think it's better that a woman loves a man. So yeah, I mean these things. It's a sad. I think these are sad videos because it just shows you the reality. I think it's reality, right? Men do love women more. I think that's the reality. I honestly do. I think that's the reality of most relationships, in my personal opinion. Because even in just relationships, women are the ones who leave men more. Okay, men experience broken heart more. I personally believe. So, and to see that, you know what, this is such a reflection of me, right? I've been there, and where I can't do it. I'm tired of being in relationships where you give and you never receive. Right? The amount you give is so disproportionate to what you receive. It's disgusting. So, what do you guys think?